Hello YouTube stackers. This is ST with Silver Stacking 101, where we always believe in staying stacked and packed. Stacked with silver, gold, food, ammo, and packed with the means necessary to defend our stack. I want to take a few minutes and talk about a risk today to investors that is not a risk we have historically incurred. Now, if you like me, I buy precious metals, but I also diversify. I buy stocks in various publicly traded companies. Management of those companies has a fiduciary duty to treat my money as the shareholder, my investment, as they would their own money. Why do we invest in publicly traded companies? We do it to make bank. We do it to make money, to ring the register, to realize a profit. We don't do it to change the world, to make the world a better place. We take our profits and we give to charities that have the same ideas we have, the same goals we have, and that's how we make the world a better place. But when we buy into a company, we're not doing so for the company management to decide, hey, we're going to come up with come out with a social policy that's controversial. Unfortunately, that happens. Now I'm going to take a few minutes and talk about what I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about companies that support charities such as the Ronald McDonald House with McDonald's. It's a wonderful charity. Walmart does Make-A-Wish Foundation. Who in the world can argue with this? Those are great charities, and certainly if a business is going along, it should be socially responsible. My local bank branch collects money and items quite often for local charities. I'm always happy to give. And I feel good about banking with the bank because they take the time to do that. I'm also not talking about management's personal feelings. I'm going to give two examples from opposite sides of the political spectrum. I'm not trying to make a political statement on this video. Chick-fil-A's president, Dan Cathy, was asked about his personal beliefs. He answered the question. That's fine. The man's entitled to his personal beliefs. He doesn't discriminate in his employment practices or who he serves. There's nothing about his corporate policy that reflects discrimination. The man can believe what he wants to believe. On the opposite side, the founders of Little Caesars had a fundraiser at their house for Barack Obama in 2012. Just because I don't agree with his politics or their politics, it reflects nothing on their business practices. They are entitled to their beliefs. Last time I checked, this is the United States of America, and they're entitled to their beliefs. They make a great pizza for the price point. That's not what I'm talking about. Also, I'm not talking about companies that don't mind pissing off some groups to further bolster their market, their demographics. One example, Bass Pro Shops doesn't give a crap if they piss off PETA, anti-gun people, anti-hunters, Greenpeace. They don't care because those people are not shopping at Bass Pro Shop anyway. So that's okay. I'm going to go further on this. Nike pissed off a lot of folk, including myself, on their selection of a spokesperson. But guess what? I'm not in Nike's demographics. It's okay if they piss me off for their business model, because chances are I wasn't going to buy Nike shoes anyway. But let's move on to where business management forgoes profit, hurts their business to make social statements that there is no business purpose in doing so. Again, this is not for political. I'm not making a political statement. I'm not making a social statement. I am looking at this purely from a shareholder that wants to make bank on the stock I just bought before the company management goes off on a tangent that is not related to the business. Target, their bathroom policy. Now, whatever side you are on the issue, you would have to agree it's a very controversial, very socially charged issue. The biggest retailer in the world, Walmart, avoided this by not making it an issue, but Target did. And it hurt its stock, it hurt its sales unnecessarily. There was no reason they should have opened that Pandora's box and hurt us, the shareholders. Well, I didn't have shares in Target, thank goodness, or I really would have been pissed off. Sorry about the piss word, but I'm just trying to keep it real here. Another company that screwed up royally was Dick's Sporting Goods. Dick's sold golf equipment. They sell golf equipment, sporting equipment, but they sold guns, ammo, fishing, hunting. Now, these guys, and I am a fisherman, we spend a lot of money on this stuff. Dick's decided to make some controversial moves that pissed off a significant segment of their market. And their sales went through the toilet. But let's go one more. Yeti coolers. Yeti was a company attempting to go public. Yeti makes ice chests, if you don't know. Very expensive ice chests. It'll keep ice for 7 days. But unless you live in Wyoming, Utah, Montana, and you're going out hunting and you have to drive an hour and a half to get ice, most guys don't need that. But it became a status symbol. Every bass boat putting in the water had a Yeti cooler on it. It was like Prada for rednecks, man. People had to have it because of the status. Now, I didn't buy a Yeti cooler. I use a $25 cooler I got at Academy Sports. But investment bankers that were underwriting the stock for it to go public had a problem with their support of the NRA. So Yeti severed their ties with the NRA. And then there's some he said, she said about what all went on, but in essence, they severed their ties. All of a sudden, people that paid $300 for these coolers were destroying them in innovative ways on social media. It pissed off their market because guys going out and playing around the golf are not buying $300 coolers to keep the beer cold. Basketball teams are not buying it. You don't carry a cooler like this to the tennis court. It was for fishermen and hunters. This is a, excuse me, this is a risk we have to be cognizant of as investors when we buy into publicly traded companies. Unfortunately, we can't control this risk. And as individual investors, we have no way to hold management accountable. So we need to realize before we go to buy into a company, what's the management's history? Do they have some social crusaders that want to take our money and try to further their aims with it? What do you think? Do you agree or disagree? Please let me know what you think and why you think it. Please give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't. God bless you. Thank you for watching. And yes, we do now have a studio. I got to get the audio worked out because this room, this is upstairs in my home, has pine flooring and pine walls. So I kind of got to get audio. I'll give you a brief glimpse if you're still on here about the tight room that we're in and doing this from. So as you can imagine, the acoustic qualities are not the best for a room like this. But it's what space I have to do it, so we'll work on the sound a little bit later. Thank you guys for watching. God bless.